Hi, I'm Ty Davis, one of the co-founders of MuteMe, today to walk you through what's newest with our 0.9.2 release. Let's go ahead and open up the settings, and the first thing we are going to get into is the device settings. So if you look here on the left side, you'll see there's a couple new options that we've changed around, added some, and moved a couple things. Device settings being one of those, diagnostic tools being the other. But inside of device settings, you'll see something that you're familiar with, which is what muting method you want, the colors, the effects. But something that we've added, which is one of the top requests from our users, is having the ability to have the mute me turn off when you're not actively in a meeting. So to do that, you can click Use Advanced Device Customization Settings. And here you'll see that you have four options. One is when I'm muted and not in a meeting. When I'm unmuted and not in a meeting, often folks just like to use the same color here, which is off. And over down here, you'll have when I'm muted in a meeting and when I'm unmuted in a meeting. These are the two that you have been most used to and using and setting those color preferences. So these work with our level 3 sync. And if you need to understand a little more what our level 3 sync is, that's a full sync where the off works in having that color preference chosen over here in device settings. If you're using something that doesn't have that level 3 sync selected or it's not fully supported yet, you still can use the when I'm muted and unmuted, but you should probably in the meantime just have the advanced settings deselected when using those application tools that aren't fully supported at level 3 or you haven't chosen level 3. But have that selected when you're in something like Zoom or Teams or something that has full sync along with it. A couple things in general settings, we've now added the ability to start the MuteMe app minimize to tray so it doesn't come up right away. You just select this dialog box and click that there. We've also added the ability for Mac users to have the MuteMe app not show up in the macOS dock or show up. Currently, it was showing, no matter what, it was showing in the macOS dock. Now you can deselect that and it won't take up space in your dock. The other thing that we now have brought is you can choose to have automatic updates with MuteMe. For the time that we've had this app, it's always been automatic updates. Now, if you want to do manual updates, you can deselect that and make sure that you have full control over when you want to update the app. Down here, microphone settings, it's something that's small, but now we have the ability to have the first microphone settings open by default so you can see what's selected there. We've also added a couple of different things within the app sync settings. You can see here on the far left of that conference app that you can click on those and that will take you to some setup instructions on our website. If you come down here to diagnostic tools, you'll also see a couple different abilities to choose that as well to get help setting up on the left there. With this diagnostics tool section, this is something that we utilize if there's a troubleshooting that's needed, if you're working with support. You can see the conference app meeting detection here. It'll show no meeting detected if the meeting's not active. If it's active, it'll say in a meeting and it'll reflect that based on the conference apps here. Device tools is something that we use if there's troubleshooting needed. If you're working with a support and we need to test a couple things, you have test LEDs and a firmware update if needed. Another feature of 0.9.2 is we currently now have full support for WebEx both on Mac and Windows. In addition, if you've purchased or if you don't know about, we have MuteMe Minis that are now available, and we introduced the ability to have both the MuteMe Standard and the MuteMe Mini work together if both plugged into the same computer. Thanks for stopping by, and we're hoping that you enjoyed the 0.9.2 updates. We are constantly working on bringing full sync to the conference apps that are still missing that. We're working on new features and making sure that we work to alleviate any bugs and doing the best we can to get you the best and newest features from MuteMe. Happy muting.